Good morning, my friends. I'm Pastor Ben Hayes from First Baptist Church, Dadeville, Alabama, bringing you our thought for the day. I'm not sure if it's Fantastic Friday or not because I'm recording this on Wednesday to get ahead of the game. But I hope that you have a great day. And don't forget, this weekend we got a lot going on. Sunday morning, 8:45 Bible study, 10 a.m. worship service. We've got our small groups meeting at 4 o'clock and our youth meeting at 6. Big day. Listen, I promise you, you come and join us, you won't regret it. The Holy Spirit is moving at First Baptist Church Dadeville. I'm so excited about that. Also, be praying for our Peru mission trip. They have left. They're headed to Peru for 10 days, and we're praying for their safety because they're going to be taking a boat ride up the river for about 12 hours. So pray for rest and strength too. It's going to be a great report when they come back and share with us. Right now, we're in Romans chapter 11. And let's go back to verse 28. Paul says, concerning the gospel, they're enemies for your sake. Talking about the Jewish people, they're enemies for our sake so that we could be grafted into that cultivated olive tree called God's people. But concerning the election, they're beloved for the sake of their fathers. Now, I want you to understand this. I want you to think about this. And this is why I wanted to come back here to this point. Imagine this, all that Moses went through, all that Abraham went through, all of the things that the judges went through throughout the Old Testament, King David, King Solomon, all of that to help the people of God be the people of God. Think about that. And to think that all of a sudden they're going to be broken off, the branch is broken off, and they are no longer going to be a part of the kingdom. Can you imagine what that must feel like? And get this, I mean, Moses and Abraham and all of those Old Testament saints who trusted God, they are in the presence of God right now. And whether they know what's going on or not, I don't know. I can't even begin to imagine. But I will tell you this, they would be heartbroken to know that all of their work had been in vain. And God says, listen, it's not in vain because I chose them from the beginning. I still have a plan for them throughout all of time, and they are still the beloved. All right, they're still God's chosen people, and He's still working to draw them back to Himself. Now look at verse 29, and He explains this. He says, for the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. Two things there that I want to point out to you. The gifts of God are irrevocable. Listen, when God called Israel to be a part, to be His chosen people, it was not because they deserved it. It's not because they earned it. It was a gift, just like our salvation is. They were no better than the rest of the people in the world. They were rebellious. They were arrogant. They were mean. They were, you name it, they were that, just like everyone else. But God chose them as a gift to them. And that gift is irrevocable. When God chooses, He doesn't, when God gives us something, let me put it that way, He doesn't take the gift back. He doesn't do that, just like with our salvation. That's why I believe in the eternal security of the believer. We're saved not by our merit, not because of anything we've earned, but by the grace of God and the love that He has for us. And so when He calls us into that relationship with Him, and we respond to that invitation, that gift is ours for eternity. And then He says the calling of God is irrevocable. When God calls us out, that's not something that is ever going to change. Now, some people say, well, this is referring to ministers. It's not. It's referring to all of us, followers of Jesus Christ, the Jews and the Gentiles alike. God has a plan and a purpose, and that plan and that purpose will never change. Now, listen to what He says. For as you were once disobedient to God, yet have now obtained mercy through their disobedience, even so these also have now been disobedient, that through the mercy shown you, they also may obtain mercy. This is big, and I'll have to come back to this again on Monday, but I want you to see this. We were all disobedient to God at one point in our lives, and because God cut them out and offered the salvation to us, through them, we have received that mercy through their disobedience. But listen to this. They have been disobedient, the nation of Israel. They've rejected the Messiah. But through the mercy shown to us, they will also obtain mercy. They'll see it, but only if we live it. Only if we go to them. Remember, Paul's already said this. How can they hear without a preacher? We have to proclaim the gospel to the Jewish nation. It's our responsibility. We'll come back here on Monday. Be blessed.